Welcome back to our show. Once again, my name is Mrs. Augustina Ayaro. And help me welcome my friend.
Glory Ezema. Welcome back to our sweet home, Africa. It's always a pleasure to have you as our viewer. All right, so we have another topic today. The last time we addressed the youths, we gave advice to the youths. So this time, we're going to give advice to ourselves.
The parents.
That's exactly why I said that, because we're advising parents and we are parents too. So that advice, all of us will use it.
Okay.
So our topic today is advice to African parents. African parents, African parents, African parents. We work so hard to raise our children, which is wonderful. Especially the ones in the Western world, we struggle so much. Some of us do 3 jobs, 4 jobs, to make sure that the kids get to a certain level in life. And I congratulate all of you for the wonderful jobs. Yes.
Several.
You all deserve thumbs up for what you have done. I know the ones in Africa are struggling so much, and the ones in the Western world struggled so much too, and they're still struggling. But there's certain things that we want to bring up just to let you know, based on our own experiences, what we have heard, what we have seen. So that's why my friend and I were here today, to give the parents some advice. All right, so number 1, we want to tell African parents that your children can succeed or they cannot succeed based on what you tell them. And I know people will be like, all right, what does she mean? So I'll summarize it this way. You can paralyze your children by what you tell your children. So that's why my friend and I will give you advice on what you can do so that you won't paralyze your children by your own hand after working so hard. So go ahead, my friend.
Thank you, my dear. Yes, we are parents. And point of correction, parents, wherever you are a woman, whether you're the biological parent or you're an adoptive parent or you are somebody that is helping to raise somebody somewhere, doing Sunday school, whatever you're doing that involves the children, even teaching in a school, you are a parent. Okay, that being part, paralyzing your children's future, according to what my friend said. There are little things we do. According to my Bible, it says there's no idle word in heaven. So as a parent, we are supposed to bless our children. Out of anger, most of us been cursing our children day in, day out. Uttering negative words. You are not going to amount to anything. You are no good. You are stupid. You are this. You are that. In doing that, at a particular time, it starts sinking into your child's brain. So most of us do that because our child is not doing what we ask them to do. But parents, we forget that every child have their own talent, what they come out to do. So as a parent, please try to listen to your child sometimes. Know who your child is doing, even if you don't agree with your own principles. Ask God so that you can understand who your child is, so that you will know God will give you the strength and the wisdom to follow that child. So please do not paralyze your child's future. Do not use negative word, cursing word, or demeaning words on your child, because as that child grows up, it will still keep on ringing bell. My mother said that. My father said that. So please, parent, bless your child instead of cursing.
Thank you so much, my friend. And I love exactly what you said, because you started from the grassroots when the kids are small, the things that parents tell them. Mine, I will go towards when they are older, when they are, maybe they're ready to choose a career, or they have graduated from college and they want to start a business, or they want to start something. But what we've realized is that some parents, if it is not in line with what you want them to do, a lot of parents discourage the children. Let's say now your children want to go into, let's say, being a developer, for example, that wants to build a house and sell. Sometimes people would tell them, well, I don't think that thing is a good business. Or your child wants to go into media, wants to be a newscaster. You're like, well, I don't believe that they will hire you. So what we're telling parents, these are just little examples that I'm using. Or your child decide to be a musician instead of a doctor. And you're like, no. With music, you can make money, or you can do this. What we want to tell parents is this. Yes, you have lived your own life. Every child is born with a talent. And you are the parent. I know you know where their strength could be. But it doesn't mean that you know exactly what his future or her future will hold.
That's right.
So as long as a child is traveling a good road, whatever that road is, like I said, as long as it's a good road, what I mean good is this. It's not into a life of crime. Allow the child to discover who she is or who he is, especially when it comes to career. Encourage the child. Do not tell the person, your child, that like, you won't succeed in this, you won't succeed in this. Because what it does is that it limits that child, and whenever she's traveling that road or he's traveling that road, if it becomes difficult, then what will go into the child's mind is that my father said I will not succeed, or my mother said I will not succeed. Once they're going the right route, keep on encouraging them and keep on encouraging them, and then they will bring out their best in wherever they are. But if you keep on telling them negative things about avenues that they're going, what you're doing is that you're paralyzing them. You're pulling them down to from reaching their highest potential. That's what I wanted to say on that area. Do you have more to add, my friend, on that area?
No.
All right. So we'll go into another area, which we pointed out a little bit with the first one. The second one is that do not live your life again through your children. A lot of parents, African parents, most of the time, due to financial situations, many of them didn't get to the level that they want to get to. Maybe they wanted to be a doctor, but they didn't get there. Or they wanted to be a lawyer, they didn't get there. Maybe their parents didn't have enough money to train them in school. And now you have your own children, and you want to live that life again through your child. You want to make sure that your child is a lawyer, even when you know very well that child, once again, maybe loves music or wants to be an architect or something different. But just because you wanted to be a lawyer and you didn't become a lawyer, you want to push your child into becoming a lawyer. So that's what we want you to, don't do. Because what you're doing, once again, you're going to push your child into a miserable career. He might make money, but he might not be happy. Or he might not even succeed because it's not what he wants to do. So he will be struggling. And then once again, you will turn around and say, look, the other lawyers are doing well. The other doctors are doing well, and you're not doing well. Because in the first place, that's not what he or she wanted to do. So don't live your life again through your child. I'll throw it to my friend.
My friend, that's so true. Because I look at it, trying to accomplish your unaccomplished life through your own child. You forget, and again, that we say everybody have their own talent. Everybody have their own heart desire, what they want to do. So, like my friend, the example she gave, if you did not accomplish a certain thing due to one thing or the other, do not push your child to go and do that, to go and become who you would have become in life. So let your child choose his or her own career paths where he or she will excel, because that's his or her vision. That's who he or she want to be. Because like my friend said, if you want your child to be a mathematician and you know very well that he can't even count money, 1+1, he's not going to do fraction. Your child cannot make it in there. But for the child, an obedient child, to obey the parents, you push your child into doing that. And some of you go to the extent of buying exams, paying somebody to make a way that your child get in there. When your child get in there, hello, you already know what will happen, because your child is not going to excel in that classroom. And then getting frustrated, will not attend classes. They start forming gangs. Other things start following, because they are resilient now, because that's not who they want to be. They find that they finally realize that you just want them to do that because you want to show or brag with them. So please, let your children choose their own career path, who they want to be. You want your child to build a house. You raise your child up in a mud house. You couldn't build a house. Now, as soon as your child leave, 2 years, 3 years, don't even have apartment where to live. You are trying to tell him or her the land that is there for sale, how others are building a house. And you forgot you have never even mowed a block to build one when he was growing up. Leave your child alone and let them make their career choice. And then when it's time for them to do anything at home, they're going to do it. Do not push them. Most of us are pushing them to the life of robbery, selling body parts, killing, kidnapping, in order to come home with a vehicle to impress you, to be like, oh, my child is doing that. Please, let's take things easy. As time goes by, your child will be whoever he or she wants to be. Just give them a little time, my dear.
Thank you so much. Actually, while you were talking in terms of the life of crime, what we have realized that is that a lot of African parents actually
push their children,
pressure their children.
Yes.
And
making comparison, unnecessary comparison.
Thank you. It's very unfortunate because many of us grew up in Africa, and we've had this a lot. You see some parents, I mean, they will call their children and they're like, you're supposed to be like this person. You're supposed to be like that. Look at, this is your classmate. He's building a mansion. This is you went to school with this person. Look, he has 4 cars. You see, when you look at it, a lot of Africans that have gone into crimes, many of them did not want to go into those lifestyles. It was their relatives, especially parents. That pressured them into that lifestyle. And then the women on their own side, they pressure their children into prostitution too. You know that? Because the young women, they tell them, look, you know, your friend married this person married this person, and this person is building a house. You know, so...
And they remind them their age. You're 27, you're not married.
Exactly. And then the pressure, what we're telling parents is this: you've lived your own life. Maybe you had a very good home yourself. You had a very good spouse. But if you pressure your children like that, you might end up pushing them into a wrong marriage.
That's right.
Or pushing them into a wrong lifestyle that they will regret later in life. So ease off on your children. Allow them to live their life. And then, especially when it comes to, like we said, spouses, which is the next one that we're going into, so that they can make life choices that will benefit them for a long time. Because there will be a time that you will no longer be there.
Sure.
You don't want to die and leave your children in misery. All right, so let's go to the next one. Picking a spouse. African parents. Of course, we love our children. And many of us do what is called arranged marriage. But at this time and age, I think we need to revisit it, because many people have, once again, I said it before, pushed their children into the wrong marriage. And many of them are in the Western world and they're very miserable. So if you're going to pick a spouse, like we said, I mean, if it is arranged marriage, give your child opportunity to know who that person is. Even if it is going to be arranged, talk to them, let them understand who they are in terms of what they like. You know, don't arrange it between parents, like we said, wealthy parent and wealthy parent. Once again, you are leaving your children in misery. And I think we addressed it before. The major thing about it is this: you're limiting your child potential, because if the child is miserable in marriage, he or she will not rise up to be who he or she is supposed to be, because the pressure at home will limit him or will limit her. Go ahead, my friend.
My dear, to me, I think you said it all. Parents, of which we are one of them. Sometimes all we hear is, oh, you're the only son. We have to get a Wi-Fi for you. Some of them, even by the time you get to 20, They already got a wife for you. They push you. You have to. It's only you. No, you could adopt a child if you can have another one, but let your child know that at least mature enough, be able to see the world, know who will be the life partner that he or she will spend the rest of his or her life with. Let your child marry for love, not because somebody have a car. Somebody that have a car today might tomorrow be broke. That person you think is a student or have nothing, is good for nothing, roaming the village, what do he have? Might end up the next day being who that will surprise you. Everything have a timeline. Some people in the morning, their own time, their own everything, they start flourishing. And sometime in the afternoon, their time come. And some in the evening. Give people a chance. Do not assess every individual you see because they do not fit your own time. As a result, you want to put them down. Let your daughters, let your sons make a decision. Oh, you're not going to marry this girl over your dead body. Leave them alone. The wife or the man is not for you. Actually, it's for your daughter or for your son. It's optional if they want you to come in and stay with them. Focus on your own marriage. Do better on your marriage. And do not put your hand, your body, your mind, and your eyes into your son or daughter's marriage. Don't make a choice for them. They know what they want. These are the modern children. They know. Some of them know that they have to marry for love. Do not push your child to go marry anybody because of money or the contract you will get from the parent, or because they have a big house, or they're coming to build a house for you, or the man come there and give you money all the time, or the girl buy you a wrapper which you would never have before. Then you push your child to go and make a wrong choice. And when that child get in there, that's when the hardship will start. By then you don't have too much to do about it.
Thank you so much. Since we're still on marriage, what I'll tell African parents is that please do not belittle your son's wife or your daughter's husband. Once again, just like my friend said, they're married for love. And if the motive is good, please do not belittle them. Even if they come from a poor family, let's say you're one of these African rich men and women, and then all of a sudden your son or your daughter met someone from what you call a local
wretched home. That's the word.
Exactly. What you could do if you're super rich, then you
Leave
can
them
go
up.
to the wretched home and lift them up.
That's right.
And maybe that's why the girl came to your house, so that you can be the divine helper for that family. So you don't have to look at them as if, why are they here? They are here because that's exactly where their own divine connection in marriage is. So it's not wealth. It's just because she came to meet that guy because maybe that's the right person for him, or he came to meet that girl. So once we said, we said before, you can help them. Maybe you are the one that are supposed to leave those family, the ones that you're calling wretched, up. So use your wealth to help build up the girl's family or build up the man's family. So do not belittle their spouses. All right, so the next thing, do not destroy your children's talent. African parents, we love our children so much, which is beautiful, especially the super rich ones. What they do, once again, they find a spouse, they give them a house, give them cars, everything, and they're like,
money in the bank.
Exactly, money in the bank. And then you send them to Canada, send them to London, send them to Dubai, and say, don't do anything. But unfortunately, my brothers and sisters in Africa, that child that is yours, she has a talent, he has a talent. Maybe he's the next engineer that we're looking for in Africa to rebuild the roads. Maybe she's the scientist that we're looking to find cures for so many diseases in Africa. But you have held him hostage just because he's your son or because he's your daughter. And you have used your wealth to suppress the talent that he or she brought to the world. So please, African parents, allow your children to bring out their potential. Maybe they are the ones that we are waiting for to rebuild Africa. So don't kidnap a child. I'll call it kidnap. I know it's your biological child, but if you kidnap the child with your wealth, you're not allowing the child to be who he's supposed to be or who she's supposed to be. Allow your children to bring out their talents, even if you're wealthy. Go ahead, my friend.
My friend, you are just right. There's most people that have money. They think they can make their children human trophies. Human trophies in the fact that they just sit and do nothing. You have a house help. House help. The person is there to help, not to be enslaved. So when you get them a house help, they have to do literally everything instead of helping your child, helping your daughter or your son or even your wife do what they need to do. But guess what? You enslave them while you make your own child a human trophy. Your child don't do dishes, your child don't know how to cook, don't know how to sweep, don't know how to mop the floor because she's a princess. That the father is wealthy, can pay anybody to do all those things for them. But the world doesn't go like that. Sometimes the world turns. When you're doing that, think, what if anything happened to you that is the breadwinner? Because when you have that money, 9 out of 10 times your wife is not working. Everybody is a human trophy in your home. So when things are happening like that, we need to at a time sit and pause and say, what if? Especially if you have a greedy brother who is wishing you dead. What will happen to your children when they don't know how to do anything, can't even cook, cannot do nothing? But please, do not suppress their talent. Let them be. Help them to discover their talent. Help them to discover who they are by leading them to the right channel. If they want to be mechanics, let them be mechanics.
That's true.
Don't look down on mechanics because without them you cannot drive your vehicle. Don't look down on any kind of job. If they are interested in it, don't let your child perceive from you that is for people that have no money. The wretched people. You have money, you have house, you have this. Please take it easy. Send your child to school to go and learn a trade instead of living under your shadow.
Thank you. We're rounding up, and the last thing that we want to point out is this. African parents, believe in your children. Believe in their abilities to succeed. And then believe in their ability to transform Africa. Because many of you, especially the older ones, have traveled out of Africa. And many of you are not going back. I know some have gone back to rebuild Africa. But we are hoping on these young ones now to help to rebuild Africa. So do not pull them back, because we realize that a lot of parents, especially the ones in the Western world, when the children want to go home, they're like, no, don't come. Africa is not good. Don't do this. But many of you travel home every year, but you don't want your children to come home. So believe in your ability of your children to rebuild Africa, because the future of Africa right now depends on these children, because it looks like the older ones have found comfortable places where they have scattered themselves. But release your children to go back to Africa to rebuild Africa. They can, they will, and if you believe in their ability and they continue to encourage them, they will go home and rebuild Africa. They have the talent, they have the treasure. So release your children and let them go home and rebuild your nation. My friend.
My dear, you're right. We need to believe in our children. If we think we live a good life, how that apple don't fall far from a tree. So if we live a good life, eventually our child have seen it and they're going to live a good life. Believe in their decision making, because you know you didn't have a fool as a child. If you believe your child is a human being with God's given wisdom, let them make a decision. Even if it didn't go well at that moment, their decision or whatever trade or whatever they're doing didn't go the way you was expecting. Let them make their mistakes. They're going to learn, because mistakes are the best teachers in the world. You cannot hold them and spoon feed them for the rest of your life. Let them make decision. Let them make their mistakes. Let them find out the truth about African countries, especially those who are here. No matter what they're hearing, they need to go there firsthand to know what is going on. And our parents, all we owe these children right this moment is to pray for them, bless them, and the things are going to go well for them. Let them feel that we trust them, because when the child feel that you don't trust their decision and don't trust them, sometimes it hurts them and they might not tell you, but their behavior will tell you. Let's work together, pray for children all the time, bless them, and God is the ultimate keeper of all these children. So, my dear, I don't know if you have any other thing.
Friend. We're done. The last thing that came to my mind while my friend was talking is this: African parents, tell your children the truth, and then share your experiences, your mistakes with your children, so that they can learn from it. Tell them your family story. Your father, your grandfather. That's how you pass history. Let them understand who you are, not just you, but their lineage. Talk to them. And once again, share your mistakes. They will learn from your mistakes and their life will be better. That's all we have today. So thank you once again for watching us. And continue to watch us every week at our Sweet Home Africa, where we bring out some of the challenges that we're facing in Africa. And then we offer simple advice that we believe will help our people and the government to make our nation a greater place. May God bless you, and watch us next week at our Sweet Home
Africa. Subscribe. Spread the good news. All right? We want a better Africa.